And now Little being overtaken by Halko and surely by Denigan. That's a big battle for second place. But it's Hannah Cockcroft leading the way for Great Britain. And the rest are trying to close in on her, and she surely knows it. Cockcroft, head down, in the closing straight. Going for home for Great Britain, and going for a hat-trick of gold medals. And Hannah Cockcroft has done it. 2 goals in London, 3 in Britain. Halko, the silver, Denigan the bronze, Little in 4th place. It's the same podium again. And of the 3 medalists, it is actually Denigan who's celebrating the most. And Mel Nichols has her own, if you like, personal victory after illness during the week. But Hannah Cockcroft, well, you can't keep a good champion down. And she's done it yet again. It's a hat-trick of gold medals here, just as it was in the World Championships in Doha. And now she can relax. She's won everything she's entered. 2 minutes, .62. The time doesn't really matter in the end. But it was a great margin of victory for her. And Halko taking up the silver. It's the same 1, 2, 3 as in the 400 in that order. For a moment, it looked as if Halko, having drawn out a Denigan and Rosemary Little, might have tried to do the same to Cockcroft. She did gain towards the closing bend, but Hannah Cockcroft remains unbeatable.
And she knew that, and she broke them up early, and that was the tactic from Hannah Cockcroft. Little did a lot of the work for Australia, but she fatigued late, and the others were able to make up some ground at the end. And just for a fleeting moment at the top of the straight, you thought she could be catchable, but too strong. Hannah Cockcroft, what a star she is, an absolute champion. And that's been another dominant display for a gold medal here in the women's 800 metres as she comes to the line alone in the screen.
Well, she's a real British sporting hero. Such a massive name in British sport, Hannah Cockcroft. And having won the 1 and the 2 back in Christchurch at the World Championships in January 2011, she's never been beaten in a championship race, and it means the world to her. It's a magnificent hat-trick for Cockcroft, and she is in a class of her own. Hannah Cockcroft wins again, 2 minutes, .62. Halko the silver for the United States, and Denigan the bronze for Great Britain. Little 4th for Australia, and Nichols in 5th place for Great Britain.
Now some high jump action about to come your way. This is the T47 category, and we have a field of 11, and they're lining up. So we're about to introduce the athletes to the stadium. And this is the starting lineup. The defending Paralympic champion is here, Chen Hongji from China, also the Paralympic record holder of 2 minutes or 2 meters 01. And the world record is Roderick Townsend Roberts, who already has recorded a gold medal at Rio 2016 of 2 meters 12. This is Florin Coioch from Romania. He will be the first to jump, 36 years of age. Meter 76 is his best. Here is Lu Gonzalez from Venezuela, only competing in the high jump, 5th in the Pan Am Games. Here is Chen Hongji, the defending champion, 9th in the long jump, 3rd in the high jump 4 years ago, but is the reigning Paralympic champion. This is Rampal from India, meter 83. Here is Townsend Roberts from the USA. He is the long jump champion in that exciting competition. This is Khan Shanaboon from Thailand. His personal best is up near the 2 meters, a meter 98. They would see him right up there in bronze medal calculations at least. Here is Zhu Wu, 26 years of age from China. He looks ready to go, 3rd in the World Championships. Aaron Chapman from Australia, 29 years of age. Meter 97 is his best, 2nd in Beijing, silver medalist 8 years ago. Here is Reinhold Bötzel, Germany. And finally, Zhao Yulong from China, 19 years of age, metre 86, a good height for a young man, and a bit of an unknown quantity, really. That is the field of 11 in the men's high jump as we concentrate on the men's 1500 metres, T46 category, a field of 11 here. You can see the standards. Tabe from Kenya, 350.15 is the world record holder, Paralympic record holder, but he isn't here. The winner from London. So this is the field. We have the 1500 metre, 5000 metre gold medalists in Athens and the world champion in the 1500 metres in the last 3 occasions here in Samur Nouia from Algeria. Starting on the inside, that is Li Xiaoyan from China in position 11. 5th in the 1500 metres in Doha. This is Christian Stoyanov from Bulgaria, gold medalist at the 2015 International Wheelchair Junior Games. Here's the man from Burundi, Nikapa Mezi, flag bearer in 2012 and 2016. Here is Haley from Ethiopia, personal best of 4:03.8. Mahina Radasana from Madagascar is in position 7, flag bearer twice now. Mavunyi from Rwanda, we've seen him already, 2nd in the 400 heat this morning. Mavunyi on screen. Agubi preceding him from Tunisia. David Imong from Uganda, personal best of 3:58.47, 4th in the 1500 metres in London. Here is Gebra Meskil from Ethiopia, personal best of 4:08.84. From Australia, Michael Roga, 8th in the 1500 metres in Beijing, 3rd in Doha. And here is Samur Nouia from Algeria, 3 times world champion in the 1500 metres, the last 3 occasions, 2nd in the 800 in London, Beijing and Athens. So that's the field, 11 of them. Men's 1500 metres, T46, and they're ready. Set and away, and immediately Roga goes through and disputes the early lead, with also Stoyanov on the outside, and speed from Nico Bametsi as well, the man from Burundi. As they all settle down, Roga will get into 2nd position in the early stages, and Gebra Meskil is improving as well into 5th position as they come around the turn on the first occasion. So the speed is pretty good in the early stages, and out clear is the man from Burundi, and that is Nico Bametsi, Remy Nico Bametsi out clear. We've got Haley in 2nd position from Ethiopia, just having a bit of a look around. Roga's next on the inside, Gebra Meskil his outer, and then came Nouia, the man to beat from Algeria in the white vest, the white and green vest. He's tucked in between runners, one off the inside line. Then the man from Tunisia next on the inside, which is Agubi, but quite packed as they head towards the back section. Now move from Ethiopia, they move up now to dispute, and as we've seen in many major championships, they look at each other and try and work out the script in this early part of the race. Gebra Meskil now goes to the lead from Haley in 2nd position. But not to be denied, Nico Bametsi is going to move up again on the outer and dispute the lead. So chopping and changing in the first lap or two of this men's 1500 metres, T46. 109.6 was the last lap. A little bit of interference there. Roga in between athletes, just a bit of rough stuff. And on his outside is Namia, who is going to play the tactics here. Out wide is Mavunyi, the man from Rwanda, who we've already seen competing in the 400 metres earlier today. So with 2 laps to go, first lap 109.6, and now the Australian is going to go through and do his share of the heavy lifting. He was in a bit of traffic and he wants to get some clear room, so he goes to the lead towards the back section. So they've got about 600 metres to go. Roga in front, with on the outside Nuia, and now out wide we see Nico Bametsi, who's still right there. The Ethiopians also stalking the speed. Haley is still right there as they come off the back section. 108.84 was the previous lap, so if anything, they're just starting to step it up. Roga on the inside, Nuia the outside, then Haley. And also sneaking ground is Imong on the inside from Uganda. He is sitting in the orange bib, fourth on the inside as they come down the straight, and the race is going to be really on now. So with 400 metres to go, it's Nuia on the outside of Roga, and now they're going to set two. Elong goes to third position, then Haley in fourth, and then they come away from Mavunyi in towards the back straight. Nuia with 250 metres to go is in front. Roga has to hang tough on the inside if he wants to get a medal. Now chasing is Imong from Uganda on the outside. His personal best 3:58.47. He's running the race of his life. They come off the back section. The world champion in 1500 metres in the last three world champs has kicked away. It's Nuia clear. Nuia is out clear by about 8 metres. Imong in second place. Roga is doing a terrific job in the bronze medal position, but into the straight with 50 metres to go. He grits his teeth and comes away, the Algerian. It's starting to hurt. Imong's still coming. He's brave, but Nuia's going to do it again. Nuia has taken the Paralympic gold in Rio. Imong second, Roga third, and then a real race for fourth position. And coming from nowhere, Agubi from Tunisia has got the fourth from Mavunyi in fifth position. And then next to clock in would be Haley from Ethiopia. But when they put the pedal to the metal with 400 metres to go, he just had a little bit too much endurance, too much speed. Samir Nuia as clocking in here at the end of the 1500 metres. And getting a terrific reception as well is Rahina Radrasana from Madagascar. Clocks in 3:59.46 season's best for Samir Nuia. It was David Imong in silver medal place, season's best for him as well, 4 minutes 62. And Michael Roga, the 28-year-old from Australia, has finished third in 4:01.34. Runs to form. He was third in the 1500 metres in Doha. It was basically a carbon copy.
Yeah, great triumph by Nuia. It's his third Paralympic title. Did the 1500, 5000 double in Athens. It was the reigning world champion going to this. He's won the last 3 world titles, 5 golds in the last 3 world championships. And Nuia fought his way to the front. Roga with a very smart manoeuvre with 2 laps to go. This a few seconds afterwards when he had just shot through the field. But then Nuia put the foot down and went to wave the Algerian. Somewhat pedestrian, as we've seen quite a lot of 1500 metres races here in the Olympic Stadium in the past 4 weeks or so. But then when Nuia needed to pull away, he did. A great result for Imong, though, in second place for Uganda, having finished fourth in London and again in Lyon at the World Championships in 2013. I thought Roga, with 100 to go, probably was going to overtake him, but he just had another gear Imong, and so did Nuia. It was really testing him at this stage. You can see the duress in the face, but he saw the finish line come closer and closer, and Nuia gets to a shade under 4 minutes. It's his first Paralympic title in 12 years, and he's back top of the tree again at the age of 31. He's so young when it happened to him first. He was 19 years old. He knows the significance of it now. Imong and Roga with good races also.
Samir Nuia, 3:59.46. David Imong, 4 minutes 62. And Michael Roga, 4:01.34. That was the order after the men's 1500 metres. T46 with still plenty of action left on the track. The heats of the men's 200 metres T12 and the men's 100 metres T54 as well. Got some shot put action about to come your way as the men's high jump's about to get underway also. Here's Lee from China. Already seen a Paralympic record in this competition.
Yeah, 13.82 has been his best so far in the competition. One of the clutch of athletes, 5 in total, who've gone past the Paralympic record. World record still intact for the moment, 15:34, but they really are testing it, bombarding it out beyond 14.5 meters. And Lee has been one of those. Bronze at the World Championships in Doha. He's got that one out, again beyond that Paralympic record mark, which is just about 13 meters. It's been good competition, really, between the top 5. There's only 1.5 meters between them. And Dietz, as we saw earlier, with that new Paralympic record of 14 meters 80. Advice being sought by Rafeev. Looks as if he's been knocked out of the medals for now. 14 meters 02 from Lee in this 3rd round. It's within 80 centimeters of top spot. Dietz, how will he respond in this 5th round? 14 meters 80 is best in round 3. Dubrova second, 14.26 a lifetime best. Lee, we've just seen 14.02. Dietz's time to respond, and he's done so. That's closer to the world record, which is beyond 15 meters. He might not have reached that, but Dietz is a football coach in Enger, the women's team in the women's Bundesliga. Was involved in football exclusively for a couple of years. He stepped away from athletics in the late noughties, but back in it now, back in top spot, 14.84. He's our leader with 1 round to go. And a new Paralympic record. Well, the entire bottom tier here at the engine now is just about full, and behind the line, a lot of the top tierers as well. It's just like last weekend. Here's Li Kujing. 3 throws to go in this shot put. He's in the bronze medal position, just as he was in the World Championships last year. Lee, with that 14.02, needs 25 centimeters to get into the silver medal position. And he's got that beyond 14 meters again, but it's closer to the Paralympic record line than the world record line. And it will be bronze for Lee. .14.02 will remain his best. Great lift, just not the distance this time. His lifetime best is 14.52, which would be good enough for silver, but his performance tonight, not so. It's another bronze for Lee. He's 19 years old. Throwing events. Got a long career ahead. Dubrova of the Ukraine. 14.26 lifetime best earlier on. And again, that's beyond the Paralympic record line, but it won't improve his position. And it will be a silver. His best performance in a major championship. Previously, he had been 5th in last year's World Championship final. It's silver for Ukraine. And Mikola Dubrova, that lifetime best, it's extended his record by 1.22 meters. A well-earned silver medal. But the world champion, who claimed gold in the discus in London, has got the gold. He's already sent it out to 1484. Can he round off to give us something really special? Oh, that's good. Again, it's beyond 14 and a half. Dietz has done the intended. So much effort put in. And the gold is his, if not the world record. Sebastian Dietz rounding off with a 14.63. But Germany are top of the podium again. Flag being thrown out by one of their previous gold medalists, you'll note. And Sebastian Dietz claims gold for Germany. So the victory ceremony for the women's 400 meters. T11. One of Brazil's most popular sports people, without doubt. All those titles early in her career. They all came in her 30s, by the way. Her second medal of the Games, silver in the 4x1, now bronze in the 400 meters. Sol Rocas with a great result for Venezuela to get the silver medal. Her guide here is Edison Medina, by the way. She was the flag carrier at the opening ceremony. She's 24. There may be a Guillermina type career in the future for her. Just edged out Guillermina for the silver medal. She was needing to tie up a bit. Lu Kujing takes the gold medal for China alongside guide Zhu Donglin. Her first individual Paralympic gold medal. Gold in the 4x1, silver in the 2 and bronze in the 1. She's won a medal in every event she's entered. The 4 times world champion in Doha last year. 5 golds at the Asian Games in Incheon, which was the start of her winning career. Dethroned Guillermina left, right and centre in Doha, but still sharing a podium with her in Rio de Janeiro. And it's the Chinese anthem once more. So Liu Kujing with the gold for China, Sol Rojas the silver for Venezuela. But this may be the last time we see Teresina Guillermina on a Paralympic podium. And what joy and pleasure she's given to so many fans down through the years. A 6 times world champion, and in Rio de Janeiro she gets her second medal of her second medaling Paralympics. Well, the high jump just beginning to hit full tilt. This is the T47, the arm amputee category. 11 in this final. It's Kozhok of Romania. That was his first attempt at 1.80 m. We've only lost one athlete, that's Baliabo of Fiji. 3 misses at 175. 6 athletes cleared 175 straight away. Gonzalez, Chen, Tanza, Roberts and Chapman have skipped up to this point, but they'll join shortly. Now action in the men's 200 meters T12 medium visual impairment. There are 4 heats in this opening round. Only the winner automatically through, plus the next 4 fastest losers. Elmer Jabrailov of Azerbaijan doesn't start this, having been a 400 meters bronze medalist in the Europeans in Swansea. Did win a bronze as part of the relay team, though he didn't start. Here's the new Paralympic 100 meter champion and the reigning world champion over 1 and 2 from Cuba, Lena Saban-Pineda. In lane 5 for Brazil, from Rio, gold in the 4x1, Diogo Geronimo da Silva. And in lane 1, the Asian Games champion from 2014, Fakhruddin Kamraev, who won bronze in the 4x1. Four golds in the Asian Games. So Kamraev, he's in lane 1. Diogo Geronimo da Silva in 5. Saban-Pineda in lane 7. Only the winner to go through. T12 medium visual impairment. Nobody going with a guide. 200 meters, opening heat. Well, they're away first time. Solid starts from Geronimo da Silva in 5. Saban-Pineda in lane 7. Geronimo da Silva going well in that middle lane, with Saban-Pineda out in front as we hit the closing straight. And looking good, the reigning world champion. He's got the margin. Does he want a fast time? Well, he's easing up now. It's 22:43. Kamraev in second place. And Geronimo da Silva was in third. It's a solid winning time for Lena Saban-Pineda. Looking to do the double here again in Rio. And Geronimo da Silva, well, he still has a chance. There are 4 fastest loser spots. 23:01 for him, 22:88 for Kamraev. But there was no living really with the Cuban in this one.
It's a hard man to live with in general. He is so fast. That time rounded down to 22:42. And even though it looked as though at one point Geronimo da Silva, about here, was going to give him a race, he was in control. Little glance at the big screen, and for good measure, accelerated. And what form he has. He was just able to switch off late. Really going hard from Uzbekistan in lane number 1, Kamraev. Well, that's a good start. The world champion in his campaign round 1. So there's 16 athletes in total in the first round. 8 go through to the semi-final, so they eliminate 8. And first in each heat go through. This man will be one of the favourites. He's a pleasure to watch.
He's a really good competitor, isn't he? Duran hitting the heights. Castillo has had her disappointments in this, but Seven Pineda's made up for that, and he's the first to go through.
Now the second heat will be coming up shortly, but we're moving back to the field events. This is the men's high jump T47, and Reinhold Wölzl, the 40-year-old from Germany, and this is his first attempt at a metre 80, and not to be. 2 more attempts to come. Already a season's best in this competition. Xu Wu from China leaping that. But this is the second heat of the men's 200 metres T12 competition. We have Sun from China, and Tutu from South Africa, and Kelvez from Portugal, and from Morocco, Mahdi Afri. Don't be fooled by the M-A-R, even though there isn't an A in Morocco, it is still Morocco. This is Mahdi Afri, the 20-year-old. 22.59 is his personal best. See him go quite far in this event. We have Kalevs on Kelvez from Portugal in lane number 5. This is Tutu, silver medalist here in the 100. Second in this event at the Worlds in Doha. He's always right up there. And Sun from China, another one of these unknown quantities, the 21-year-old. But he has really stormed onto the scene here, winning the 400 and silver medalist in the relay. So that's Afri, Kelvez, and Tutu and Sun for the second heat of the men's 200 metres T12 category. So 22.42, the time set by Seven Pineda. Ready, and away they go. Afri on the outside, away quickly. Goncalves is trying to get into that stagger, showing good speed in Tutu in 3, and also Sun on the inside. It's going to be a good race. On the point of the corner, 100 to go. Driving through in Tutu, has a narrow lead. Afri on the outside is giving him a race. And then Sun on the inside, who can't match it with them at the moment. Afri, it is the man from Morocco who will come through and win it. From in second, Goncalves, in Tutu and Sun. So it was outside to inside as far as the lanes were concerned in the finish. It is Mahdi Afri, the 20-year-old from Morocco, the silver medalist in the 400 metres, and has taken out the second heat. Now let's compare. It was Seven Pineda 22.42, 22.69 for Afri, Goncalves 22.83, a season's best, and Tutu from South Africa 22.91, a season's best, and Sun from China 23.06, season's best, but quite a competitive heat, that one.
Yeah, silver in the 400 metres for Mahdi Afri, and he was really in good control here once he got past the turn. Goncalves just alongside, world champion in the 400 metres last year, and who got through quite well up into second place ahead of him. Tutu was the silver medalist in the 100 metres. The entire podium from the 400 actually being drawn in this heat. Very little to choose between them. There's still a chance that they might actually all go through, considering how tightly bunched they were. Afree's winning time just slightly slower than that of Savin Pinedo, who's really set a very good standard. Certainly Goncalves and Ntutu, good prospects to go through. Goncalves just running down Ntutu in the end. They've all been winning major championship medals of late. And Afree, big psychological advantage from that one, because that was really as stacked a heat as you could get.
So in the end it was Afree 22.69, Goncalves 22.83, and Ntutu 22.91. Sun from China 23.06. So this is the scene from the high jump. Going back to the action there. This is the T47 final. And we're back to Botzel from Germany. He's at 1.80 m at the moment. This is his third attempt, and it just rattles the cup a little bit. It's still bouncing around, but he's cleared it. Just brushing it slightly, but that equals his season's best in his category, the T46 category. And he will progress with 6 of the athletes before him clearing 1.80 m, and that now makes it 7 as they move on to 1.85 m. More from that shortly, but this is heat 3 of the men's 200, T12, a field of 4 again.
And now officially 3 as Thomas Albrecht has withdrawn, which is interesting, and he won bronze in the 100 meters. Quite a lot of athletes have been nixed in the call room for being late. Remember, it happened to Kadina Cox at the World Championships last year, and she couldn't enter the 200 meters. She was only about 30 seconds late. This is Manzar Abdirashidov of Uzbekistan, bronze in the 4x1 here. The long jump champion, Hilton Langenhoven, the former Paralympic champion in this, from Beijing in 2008. Also won the pentathlon and the long jump. And in lane 1 for Mexico, 5th in the 400 meters of the World Championship, 9th in the 4 here, Jesus Manuel Martinez. Langenhoven was the South African Sports Personality of the Year 2008. This 200 meters, the only major championship title he's won on the track at that Beijing Games. Martinez, Velez, Langenhoven, Abradashov, and they're away. And they're called back. So this is bad news for somebody. Well, looking right across the field, it didn't look terribly obvious. Quickest in the field is Langenhoven over his career and his season's best. Could it be Abradashov? 23.39, his season's best, his lifetime best also. Giving us a faulty start, so everybody's okay. Starting times normally come up on the big screen, but not this time. Another suggestion that it was an equipment issue rather than an athlete. So Martinez Valles in 1, Langenhoven 3, Abdirashov in lane 5. Away they go at the second time of asking. Langenhoven going well in 3. He's got off to a notably fine start. They all have really in truth, but now when they straighten up, slight advantage on the outside. Abdirashidov has been nixed by Langenhoven. It's a good way to make sure for the South African. And it's 22-28. It's the fastest time so far. Abdirashidov coming in behind. Martinez Valle chasing. It's a season's best, 22-27. It's a personal bet for Abdirashidov, 22-66. Martinez Valles in third probably will be eliminated, but that really was the way to do it by Hilton Langenhoven. Was well clear ahead of the rest. Scarcely looks out of breath. Was away very well, they all were. But as the race progressed, Langenhoven taking the lead on the turn ahead of Martinez Valles and Abdirashidov on his outside. And then just kept pounding the track. No easing off here. Simon Pineda did do that in the first heat. That was 22-42. Langenhoven going full tilt for a 22-27. So you can make your own judgment on that particular personal race.
He really glides. The man from South Africa, 22-27. And you can see there, out of the ballpark. We're going to have a very hot set of semi-finals, there's no doubt about that. Speed to burn here, and it's Langenhoven 22-27, and the man from Uzbekistan will qualify as well with his time of 22-66, and deservedly so. He ran well.
Well, great celebrations in the men's shot put, the F36, with Mikola Dubrova taking the silver medal, 14-26. The bronze going to China and Li Kuiqing, 14-02. There's gold for Germany in this. Sebastian Dietz celebrating with flag provided by prior gold medalist Nico Kapel. Dietz with a Paralympic record, 14.84. Dubrova the silver for Ukraine, and Li the bronze for China.
Now this is the men's 200 meters heat 4, and we've got another field of 3. Another man hasn't made it to the start. Gonzalez Suceda from Mexico is not there. And we have an interesting country as well that we don't see too often in international events. We'll get back to that in a moment. Muna Martinez from Spain. Fourth in the 400 meters, and also fourth in the 4x100 relay in London. Has pace. There's Mwendo from Kenya. 10th in the 200 in London, so looking to improve here. And this man, Selo Matebi, is from Lesotho. There's 2 athletes from that country qualified through the African Games. We have a field of 3. So it's from inside to outside. Mutebi, Mwendo, and Muna Martinez. The 4th heat of the men's 200 meters T12 classification. Just making sure the binding is right. The Spanish guide Valles Pastor, Enrique. There's a good close shot. Ready, and away they go. Mwendo got a good clean start from lane number 5. And there's a fair bit of space between him and also on the inside Montebi. On the outer, Munar Martinez runs the corner strongly and leads from Mwendo with 70 to go. Munar Martinez is powering away. Mwendo can't lift at the moment. Munar Martinez is coming away for Spain, and Munar Martinez won at 22.88 from in second Mwendo, in third Matibi. 22.88, so that is more than respectable here from Enrique Valdez Pastor, the guide for Joan Munar Martinez. 22.88 with Henry Mwendo from Kenya. 23.16, a season's best. Can run up to about 0.3 quicker, but is second here and will have to wait with Matibi from Lesotho in third position, 24.84, and we had a non-starter in Gonzalez Sauceda from Mexico. So round the turn, it was Munar Martinez in front, and just when it looked like Mwendo was going to challenge here on the point of the corner, halfway up the straight, really lifting Munar Martinez and responding under pressure, coming to the line, and you can see the guide just sticking back there as they're required to do. Mwendo in second position, and Matibi on the inside in third. So as we have a look at the overall picture in this men's 200 metres T12 classification, it was 22.27 for Hilton Langenhoven, who looked in good form tonight. Simon Pineda from Cuba didn't knock himself about, but the second fastest, 22.42. Abdirashidov from Uzbekistan, 22.66, looks strong. Afri as well, 22.69. Man from Morocco. So where does this time of Munar Martinez sit in the overall scheme of things? There it is. It is 22.88, equal 7th, with that group of 8 going to the semi-finals. So we now progress back to the high jump, and interesting competition here. 7 athletes clearing $1.80. So the bar has been raised to $1.85. This is Andres Gonzalez from Venezuela. There's just a little bit of light rain, ever so light, is falling at the moment. And here is Gonzalez, the 26-year-old. And he finished 5th in this event at the Parapans at Toronto last year. And this is his attempt at $1.90 now. So they have raised the bar even higher. But when we last updated you, we saw 6 athletes clear $1.85, and he was the first to attempt $1.90. So we're getting towards the business end here, with 2 more attempts to go at $1.90 for Andres Gonzalez. Here is Sheng Hongji now, his first attempt at $1.90. Chen, 26 years of age, 9th in the long jump here, 3rd in this event in London, and does it well, and gets a great cheer from the crowd. His personal best's over the 2-metre mark, so that spells danger to the opposition, but really, that was excellent technique. $1.90, done and dusted. So a man in control at the moment. $1.90. Chen Hongji. This is Rampal from India, 27 years of age, and to his credit so far, he's only taken 1 attempt at 175, 180 and 185. He's cruised through at the moment. Tall customer. And his first fail of the evening, his first attempt at $1.90. Rampal, 27 years of age, and only made his international debut for India this year in a Grand Prix event which was staged in Tunisia. Now from Thailand, This is Shanaburn, 32 years of age, and again cleared 175, 180 and 185, taking one attempt. And he is now about to spring at 1.90 m. 32 years of age. This is his third Paralympic Games, finished 10th in the javelin in Athens, 5th in this event in London at 1.95 m, and he is the reigning silver medalist in the Asian Games from Incheon. Oh, good job. Shanaburn from Thailand is now well and truly clear at 1.90 m, joining Shen Hongji from China. Good competitive competition, this one. Angkan Shanaburn. As we move to Zhu Wu, the 26-year-old from China, took only one attempt at 175, 180 and 185. And he is the reigning bronze medalist from the World Championships in Doha 12 months ago. So sets himself. He has already equaled his personal best and is going to have another think about it. So 2 more attempts at 1.90 m to come for Zhu Wu. As we move, we're about to Aaron Chapman from Australia. We've also got some track action to come. And the crowd on the high jump side of the stadium really lapping up that competition.
It's been really good so far, and remember, Roderick Townsend-Roberts not in it yet. He's the reigning high jump and long jump champion from the Pan Ams. It would be quite something if that could be achieved at this. Women's 800 meters T34, we have one of the great champions making her way to the podium here. Quite a lot of athletes have seen their events cut, and that includes the 200 meters for these competitors. So they had a look at the 8 and thought, how can we adapt ourselves for this? They retrained. Remember, it's a coordination impairment wheelchair racing event. This, the T34s, they're the strongest of those. Yeah, Cara Denigan picks up her 3rd medal of these Paralympic Games. 2 bronzes in Doha. And at the age of 15, she's upgraded that to 2 bronzes and a silver medal. Silver in the 100, bronze in the 4 and the 8. And an athlete who is ever improving. She'll still be a teen in Tokyo. Alexa Halko for the United States. Well, the same about her. She'll have just turned 20 by the time Tokyo comes along. The young talent that's coming through in the T34s is exceptional. Halko with her 2nd silver medal of these games, plus a bronze. And she had finished 4th in the 800 meters final. As Great Britain did the clean sweep in Doha. Well, not here, not because of Alexa. One of the big heroes of London 2012. It catapulted her to national stardom. That was good. That was 2 golds. Couldn't have asked much more than that. Apart from to win 3 here. Her 12th global championship gold. And she's never been beaten in a major championship final. It's Hannah Cockcroft's night again. Hurricane Hannah strikes again. Gold for Cockcroft, silver for Halko, and bronze for Edenigan. And Mel Nichols finishing in 5th place. But what delight for Hannah Cockcroft again. She just can't stop winning. As you can see, the bottom tier here absolutely full at the end now. We're not that far off the 30,000 that we saw for each session last weekend. Men's 1500 T46. The medals going to Algeria, Uganda, and Australia.
Yes, a terrific race. And what about the winner? 3 times world champion. The 31-year-old Samur Nguia, the season's best tonight. Only event he's contesting here, and in some regards gets back the gold medal. After 12 years ago, he won it in Athens. Also won the 5,000 metres in Athens, but was placed in this event 4 years ago, and also in Beijing. So he is able to get back the blue rebound, the 1,500 metres in his classification. But here is the Australian in Michael Roger, 28 years of age, clocking 4:01.34 tonight. Finished 8th in this event in Beijing, and got the impression that this was a real chance for him for a medal tonight. The man that was born in Adelaide, the capital of South Australia, resides in Canberra where he does all of his training. First represented Australia in 2006. The 2014 Male Para Athlete of the Year by Athletics Australia. Bronze medalist here in the 1,500 metres. A great display by David Emong from Uganda, silver medalist. He'll also be competing in the 400 metres in this classification, and in London finished 4th. But was stalking the pace, was always going to be a danger, and really did dash home the last little bit of the 1,500 metres. Quality running from David Emong from Uganda. The flag bearer for his country here in Rio de Janeiro at that brilliant opening ceremony. The silver medalist, David Emong. And the gold medalist He gets back the gold that he won 12 years ago. Also runner-up in the 800 at the last 3 Paralympics. But the 3 times world champion has done it in Rio. Samir Nuia, 31 years of age. It was down to himself and Roga with a lap to go, and then Imong was the late challenger. As we now observe the national anthem of Algeria. And that gold medal means that Algeria 17th in the medal tally in track and field. 3 gold medals now, along with 5 silver and 6 bronze. Algeria with the gold, Uganda with the silver, Australia with the bronze.
Another cracking night's action at the end now. Lots of field finals, actually, unusually more field finals than track finals tonight. And that includes the high jump, T47, the arm amputee category. And it's Zhao Wu of China, attempting 193. Now, he needed 3 goes at 190, really struggled at that. Zhao, who got bronze in Doha. Will this be a struggle? Oh, it won't. He just glided over. 193 and 1 fell swoop. Those failures at 190 costing him a little. He's down in 3rd and can't back. But he's nicely clear. Townsend Roberts, by the way, the long jump champion, is going to skip all the way to 199. How's about that for pressure? Zhao Wu in the medals for now. And for Australia, it's Aaron Chapman from Queensland. He's back after a little while out of athletics, but he kept his fitness levels up. His first attempt at 193. He's been all the way clear so far, and he's got a bit to spare here. Game on. Nicely clear. Just enough of a margin to give him confidence of better. You can see only joined the competition at 195. For India, this is Rampal. It's his first major championship. Comes from a farming family. That's how he lost a bit of his arm when he was 4. And he's just lost his way a little bit here. The bar knocked, he just landed really on it. 183 is lifetime best. Needed 2 attempts at 190, which is his new PB. He'll have a 3rd go at it. So much yellow and green in the crowd. It's almost like we're at the next Commonwealth Games already. Well, Rampal is going to have another crack at this. I can tell you Gonzalez is out. One go at 193, but he carried over one from 190 after two failures. Must get this. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Rampal still lives in this. There's 6 left. 2 attempts at 190, 3 at 193, and he's over. The 27-year-old he's made it there, and we go up to 196.
And Will, it looks as though Roderick Townsend-Roberts is going to pass again at the metre 96, so he is just going to go for broke. Come in fresh.
Well, the Villeneuve's done this in the pole vault a few times. And at the European Championships in Amsterdam, he went in too late. Looking to put pressure on everyone else, go in high, do a clearance to wipe everyone out. Instead, he did that to himself. And he finished second here behind Praz de Silva in the pole vault. Roderick Townsend-Roberts, when he comes to the 199, it's going to be interesting what he does. He's cleared that this year, no problem, but it's the Paralympic Games. Pressure's different. Here's Chen Hongji. It's only 3 men who've cleared everything so far, and he's one. Not now. Knocks down the first to 196, Chen Hongji. Silver in the high jump, Christchurch 2011, bronze 2012 and 2015. And he almost got there, just a little rustle of the thigh. Shanabun and Chapman, the others have been clear all the way through. Rampal down in 5th because of those misses at 193. Still 6 left in this. Rampal reaching new heights in competition. He's broken his lifetime best 3 times, but indications 196 might be a step too far. .183 is lifetime best going into this. And I've asked athletes before, particularly in the high jump, when they've done this, once they've broken their lifetime best over a couple of heights in the same competition, that, oh, you obviously must have cleared this in competition previously. And they all said, no, we've never come close. In practice, should I say, never come close in practice. It's just something about competition gets the adrenaline going. Chanabun is close to his lifetime best, 198 set this year. This is first attempt at 196 for Thailand. Asian Games silver medalist a couple of years ago, and he's got over at 196. And he flew over. All their athletics medals in these games so far coming from wheelchair racing. That could change. Previously reached the final of 2 Paralympic Games, finished 5th in the high jump in 2012, and previously a javelin thrower, but he was 10th in that. Switch to this. Good call. Xiao Hu. Bronze in this in Doha. First attempt, 196. Clattered right into it. Takeoff all wrong. Scott Breezy here again, by the way, I can tell you. I was just never really going to be able to get his body clear of that. Just banged right into it. Well, we've got action now in the T54. It's the men's 100 meters. It's the first 2 from each of the 3 heats will qualify for the final. Richard Chiesaro going in this, the European 200 meters champion. Also won the 4x4 there, won 5 medals overall, including silver in the 1. Rashid Aladeri went out in the semi-finals in the 4 and the 15 here, but silver in the 1 and the 2 in the Asia-Oceania Games. Jarju of Gambia, Dutra, Uruguay, Ngombe, Gambia. Here's Richard Chiesaro, who qualified for London 2012 but wasn't picked because it was felt he wasn't a medal chance, and he's won 5 medals in the Europeans this year. Yoshifumi Nagao of Japan, silver medalist in the Asian Games in Incheon 2 years ago. Eric Hightower of the United States, silver in the 4x1 in the World Championships 2006, and based at the US Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista. Joachim Cruz over that program there. Edmond Ngombe of Gabon is his country's only competitor across the field in Rio, and same for Demba Jarju of Gambia, and they both carry the flag. So away we go. Watch out for Chiesaro in lane 7. Also going well, Hightower for the United States, bringing Nagao with him, and Hightower is flying here. Hightower to win, Nagao in second place, Chiesaro in third, and Aldeheri in 4th place. The top 2 to go through, and it's only the 2 fastest losers across the board, across the 3 heats, that'll make it. That was very impressive from Hightower. He finished 8th in the 100 meters at the World Championships in Doha. He takes that in 14:56, and that was actually really impressive. Nagao in second place, and Chiesaro in third. 14:83 makes Chiesaro the fastest loser for now. But Hightower really got flying here. And in the wheelchair racing, in the men, it's in the 50s has been quite disappointing for Great Britain, but not for the United States. Hightower winning this, ahead of Nagao and Chiesaro. Aldeheri was quite a bit behind in 4th place, a few PBs towards the back of the field. Gabon and Gambia getting qualifiers here, and they're welcome to be here. And Hightower and Nagao are into the final.
Well, what a terrific display in the outside lanes. Hightower, you can see here, really gaining momentum quickly. And there you have it, with about 40 metres to go, was over a wheelchair length in front, and maybe, if anything, switched off near the line. Nagao for Japan, who haven't won a gold yet in the track and field at the 2016 campaign, in second. And that meant a lot, that heat win to Eric Hightower. Always terrific, the Paralympic Games. You get so many different versions of the 100-metre final. And there you have it, Hightower and Nagao going through, and Chiesaro has to wait for Great Britain.
The high jump continues apace. We're heading towards 2 meters. Zhao Wu for China, his final attempt. At 196. Rampal is out. 3 attempts at the height. And he'll finish 6th at best. Zhao Wu rousing the crowd. This for survival. 196 for China. And he's got it down with his shoulder. And he is out. And we're down to 4. Well, it's getting more and more interesting. Always does. Bars going up to 199. Just to tell you that Aaron Chapman of Australia and Angkarn Chanaboon of Thailand, the latter you saw Both over at 196 of the first attempt, so they're still in it. Chen Hongbi, after his first failure at 196, skipped the rest. So he'll have 2 goes at 199, and we expect Roderick Townsend-Roberts to enter the competition at this height. This is Chen. Bronze in the high jump in Doha. Zhao also won a bronze in the high jump, but they were in different categories. They're together here. Chen being a 46 and Zhou a 47. He's only got 2 goes at it, but he only needed the one at 199. And he goes clear and into the lead. And that's what he wanted to do. Little brush against it. And obviously, compared to the Barshims and the Bondarenkos, a little less flexibility with the arm gone. But he's over 199. He maneuvered himself very well indeed. His lifetime best is 201. So here he is. Roderick Townsend-Roberts, the Paralympic long jump champion. His first entry into the high jump. There you go. Clear at 199. Immediately into the lead. 206 is season's best. And he's gone well clear. Based in Flagstaff, Arizona. Well, he did this double at the Pan Ams, and he felt he was good enough to do it at the Paralympic Games.
Next on the track is the second heat of the men's 100 metres T54. Lanes 3 through to 9 being utilised, and this is an interesting heat indeed. We've got Daniel Romanchuk in lane number 3, the Parapad champion in the 5,000 metres, so a completely different discipline here. It's the dash, the 100. We've got the man in the middle who turns 36 today. This is the great Kenny Van Weigel, who was the gold medalist in the 400 metres after taking it 12 years earlier. 5 Paralympic medals and world champion 3 times at 200. Here's Liu Yang, the personal best of 13.77. Finland represented by Esa-Pekka Mattia. There is the Australian Samuel Carter in lane number 8. 5th in the 100 metres at the Worlds 3 years ago, first Paralympic Games, and the great Saichon Kongen in lane number 9, who has had so many Paralympic medals without winning a gold. So this is the field, heat number 2, men's 100 metres T54, and they're ready. Set and away. Carter on the outside, away fairly. Van Weigel out fast, and going with him on the outside is Liu. Liu just in front of Van Weigel, then Carter and Kongen on the outside. It's a good heat. Liu comes through, and Liu beats Van Weigel. And then it's Kongen and Carter, 14:12 the time, with barely any breeze to report. 14:11. Liu from China, and has made a statement here. Well, Van Weigel, not his absolute best distance, but has fought hard with a time of 14:28 and qualifies automatically with the first 2 going through. Kongen 14:44, a season's best, and his best work was in the latter part of that 100 metres, and after a pretty good start, Carter finishing in 4th position. But it was Liu who's got a really busy program. He was the silver medalist in the 400, 5th in the 800. He's obviously contesting the 100. He's got the 5,000 and the 4x4 relay still to come. Liu Yang, who is already a medalist from London, the relay winning Chinese team, who have already qualified for the final after an impressive heat in the earlier session. He was also runner-up in this event in London, hoping to go one better. 14:11 his time. And that has been confirmed at 14:11. Kenny Van Weigel, 36 years of age today, 14:28. Kongen 14:44. Carter 14:59 in heat 2 of the men's 100 metres T54. This is getting up to fever pitch now. The long jump, Aaron Chapman, currently sitting in third place. His second attempt at 1.99 with 4 left. Not to be.
It was immensely close for Chapman. His lifetime best is 1.97. Currently sharing the bronze medal with Chanabun. It could actually be the case. If both these men fail at 1.99, they'll share the bronze. They've got identical records up to this. But Townsend Roberts, what confidence to clear it the first time of asking at 1.99 just like that. Chanabun, final attempt 1.99 to make at least the bronze. He's on his own. Silver in the Asian Games in Korea. For Thailand. Well, it's a big moment for him. It's a big moment for Chapman as well. Oh, he came immensely close. But it ends for him at 1.96. And at the moment, it is a share for bronze. But it all depends what happens with the next attempt. He just brushed it, it went down. Everybody else at this stage is out. Chanabun exodus at 1.96 due to 3 failures at 1.99. It's the third and last seat to the men's 100 meters T54. And it features a man gunning for his 4th Paralympic Games title in a row in the 100 meters. And that's Leo Pekka-Taatik. Zunki of Tunisia in 2, Janton Thailand in 4, Mark Chu, Germany in 5, Leo Pekka-Taatik, the 3-time 100 meters Paralympic champion, the double world champion 2011 and 2013, and the man who's won the last 2 European titles all over this shortest sprint distance. And also the 200 meters champion from Athens in 2004. Ki Yang Feng, gold in the 4x4 in 3 world championships. His nickname is the single-legged flying man, but I'm sure it's a bit more compact in his native language. Wengi from the DRC or the OR-CD, depending where you're from, the Democratic Republic of Congo, is one of only 2 athletes here. Van Vunt of Cambodia, 9. Top 2 to go through. And the Roy first time, and Tati is a past master at this, and look at him go. It's the flying fin, and he's going to take the honours easily here. It'll be a good time. It'll be a brilliant time. He was easing up. 14 seconds dead over the line. And Ki Yang Feng in second place for China. And that was very confidently and easily done. 14 seconds dead. Ki also through. And the rest jostling. Suinki in third place for Tunisia. Not sure he's going to make it. And Mark Chu in 4th place for Germany. Certainly won't. Blitzed them through in the end. 14 seconds dead. 4 Paralympic gold medals he's won in his career. Van Vunt, Cambodia's only athlete here, by the way. He carried the flag. Got away very, very well and didn't worry about the rest by that stage. And away with a very comfortable winning margin.
Well, what a final we're going to have in this 100 metres with Eric Hightower. So tenacious. This man's a class act, Tati. That was terrific. And left a bit in the locker too. There's no doubt about that. Showed some real confidence in the last few strides. And just watch this nice and closely as he gets to the line. He knows he's clear, and let's just have a bit of a cruise, a bit of a stroll in the park for the last little bit, and just puts the hands across to say, my job is done. And with the help of Liu from China as well, and Van Weigel, we're in for a terrific field of 8 in the final. 21 athletes starting there in the first round of the men's 100 metres, and we're going to have a great field of 8 in the final. But as you said in the call, Will, the flying Finn, he's in with another great shot again.
14 seconds dead for Tati to win. So these are the men who progress. Not very much between them at all. The fastest losers, Konjian and Carter for Australia. The high jump gets all the more interesting. Chapman, a share of the bronze for now with Chanaboon. Third and final attempt, 199 to stay in the competition. It's bronze even if he misses this, and bronze if he gets it. What a position to be in. It would be a lifetime best. And he's got there! 199 at the third attempt, and he remains in the hunt for gold and silver. Cleared it beautifully. You might say there wasn't a lot of pressure on. He'd have known that he was in a share for third anyway, but why settle for that? Chanaboon had 3 goes and missed them all at 199. Chapman survives, and he's looking to go over 2 meters for the first time in his life. Roderick Townsend-Roberts in at 199 and over. 202 now. So smooth. Well, he looks set fair for gold, but he still has to go and win it. And that's the right way to go about it. And just look at the margin. It's way over. He has the look of a winner, and he has already won this week. And it's a new Paralympic record, you'll note, at 202, breaking the old mark of Chen Hongji. So Aaron Chapman has had 1 go at 202 and missed. Here's his second. Chen has had 2 attempts at 202 and missed those. Chapman, can he clear 2 meters for the first time? He's on the way, and it went down with his arm. And his right arm at that.
He really chopped down on it, didn't he? Because the way the pole has landed. What a great competition he's having. So 2 attempts so far at 202.
This could be over in the next 2 minutes. Chen has had 2 attempts and missed them, and Chapman likewise. Chen is a 201 man in his career. Chapman now a 199. Roderick Townsend-Roberts knocking on the door of gold. He is the reigning world champion. Had silver in the long jump and the triple jump, and silver in the 4x1. Chen's final attempt at 2 meters 02. Took the gamble to go to 199. It gave him the adrenaline to get over. But how he needs another clearance now. It was better, but it has gone down, and Chen will finish at 199. And at the moment, it's good enough for silver, but it firmly depends for him on the next jump. Well, it was bronze for him in London. At the moment, it's silver. He has been previously a silver medalist at a World Championships and a bronze as well. And if it stays silver, it turns to bronze, is down to this man. Aaron Chapman, back in the big time. Silver in Beijing. Will it be silver in Rio? It won't be. Pretty much the same again, not as protracted as it had been with his last attempt, but he gave that a really good go. And there is our Paralympic champion on the double. Long jump and high jump. Roderick Townsend Roberts. Silver for Chen, bronze for Chapman. And Chapman, who was out of athletics for a few years, has come back in somewhat recently. Has done excellently well to reach the podium here. Townsend Roberts wants to keep going. He is the world record holder, and he broke that world record in Toronto at the Pan Ams. This is 2:05. And it would be another new Paralympic record. Well, needless to say, he will fancy this one. A season's best of 2:06. The other medalists already celebrating. Townsend Roberts will allow them their moment in the sun. It was 2:03 that Townsend Roberts won with in Doha. He actually won by 15 centimetres. Chen only cleared 188 in that, but the standard's definitely risen since then. And so's the bar. They've just had to readjust the bar as well. As I say, it's a bit more blustery. It can get very windy in Rio. We saw that more in the Olympic Games than the Paralympics. But he's looking to entertain the crowd now and put on a show. Clear at 2:02, a new Paralympic record. .205. Oh, he's done it again. He just doesn't know when to stop. Townsend Roberts nicely clear. Increases the Paralympic record, and surely he's having an eye somewhere along the line on his world record of 2:12. The advice to keep going up. It's a jumps coach himself at the Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff. He's also competed in the able-bodied NCAA. Big university athletics competition in the States. He also captained his high school varsity American football team. He wants to go. It looks to 2:08. Well, he's edging closer to that world record. Definitely wants to give the crowd a real show. Chen with a Chinese silver and Chapman bronze for Australia. Well, tonight he's the man. Not for the first time this week. They've been helping quite a bit on the tannoy this week in terms of getting the crowd suitably enthused. A little bit of village people at the moment. We had, for that brilliant women's long jump, the T11 earlier today, we had jumpers at the medals. And when a particular Swede needed to reset a number of times, a bit of ABBA. Mamma mia, here I go again. 2:08 wasn't good enough for him, he wants 2:09 now. For another Paralympic record. And you know he's good enough. He's not done yet. A bit to spare. He wants to keep going. Looks like 2:11 will be the next mark for him, which will be a centimetre below his world record. We're not watching you, don't worry. He is the sole focus of the crowd. The track action is done. And that women's long jump that gave us Brazilian success earlier in the day. Ended up being the last event of the morning. And it had quite a finish. I mean, nobody's left here. Even in the far corner of the stadium. At the north end, it's still absolutely full. At the south end, a study and concentration. Well, he's decided to go for it. This will be for a world record. He is moving on. So Townsend Roberts aiming for the world record. 2 meters 13. The world record is his anyway. The Paralympic record is his. Can he set a new world record in Rio? Ooh, not quite. Just a little bit more height, brush with the top of the thigh. He'll know he wasn't very far away. Can he take the advice to heart? You know he loves being the centre of attention, which is fair enough. Well, he's getting all the necessary support from his team and from the crowd. And he's ready to go. Down to 35 seconds. Second attempt at 2 meters 13. He's on the way. Oh, again, that looked a little bit closer. Even time to pose for the photographers. Big focus in Brazil and Joachim Cruz. A head coach of the US Paralympics track and field team. 800 meters gold medalist in '84. We have our gold medalist in this high jump. Well, he's getting the crowd rising, and now he has to do the same for himself. He's the sole focus of attention in this stadium. Final attempt at a new world record. Oh, that was possibly the furthest away of the three. I think he knows it's possible. 2:12 remains his world record. It's just brushed off with the shoulder blade this time. But he takes the gold. It's a new Paralympic record of 2:09. But he's denied that world record. It would have been a centimetre above what he achieved in Rio. It was a good final. He was the only one to clear 2 meters in the end. Chen with the silver for China, Chapman the bronze for Australia, both getting over 199 but missing at 2:02. Townsend Roberts only joined at 199. 4 clearances up to 2:09, and he does the high jump, long jump double. And all other action in the stadium has ceased, so he can do a proper lap of honour. The other medalists can only think about what might have been, but Townsend Roberts is a class above everyone else. And because there's normally so much going on during the Paralympics, there's not many athletes who get the opportunity to do this. Well, he will. Down passing the North Stand. And a chance to enthuse. It was the entire stadium supporting him. He was the sole focus. Townsend Roberts gets the gold and a Paralympic record, 2:09. Chen the silver for China and Chapman the bronze for Australia. And he's still going.
Now, as we move away.
If they let him kept going, he'd have actually gone into this shot, along with the shot put champions. You could just see him there in the background with the stars and stripes. That actually would have been very good, but anyway.
Well, it has been his night. But we'll move to the shot put victory ceremony. This was the F36 category, and coming in to this competition, we had the German athlete as the favourite, and he didn't disappoint. Sebastian Deitz from Germany. Winning here as the officials are introduced. Sebastian Deitz, 31 years of age. He was the gold medalist in discus in London, but he's the world champion here in shot put. The 19-year-old from China, Li, only contesting the shot put here, and it's run to form. He was third in the World Championships last year and first represented China in Beijing in a Grand Prix fixture there. So a great start to his international career, Li Kuqing. The silver medalists. Kola Dobrova, personal best of 13:04, which he set in Doha when he finished in 5th place, and he was able to surpass that here. 14:26 in the F36 classification, and at 20 years of age, with 11 years between him and the gold medalist, you'd think that there's a lot more glory for him to follow. And Ukraine with another medal here. And before this session got underway, on the track, Germany had 5 gold, 6 silver, 6 bronze. You can make that 6 gold medals now. 31 years of age. The discus champion from 4 years ago. World champion in Doha with a throw of 14.87. Goes marginally better for a Paralympic record to boot. Now the national anthem of Germany. So a class act. Sebastian Deitz, the winner of the gold medal, and a new Paralympic standard as well that was set in Beijing 8 years ago. The 13.03 has well and truly been surpassed. 14.84 with a silver medal to the Ukraine and a bronze to China. We've got a couple of ceremonies still to come, the men's discus and the women's shot put also. And that victory lap now being completed by our high jump champion, who just had to wait his turn, and now he heads back. He's just about completed his lap, Roderick Townsend-Roberts.
He's actually in your picture there, just coming through, just in front of the south stand again, and he'll celebrate with Joachim Cruz and the rest. Really energized the crowd. They still had a lot to get excited about, despite the fact that the last track race was something like half an hour ago.
Now a gold medal to the USA again here with David Blair in the men's discus throw, F44 final, and a world record to boot with a throw of 64.11 in his third attempt. Trinidad and Tobago with the silver medal here, and Great Britain with the bronze. Akeem Stewart from Trinidad and Tobago and Dan Greaves from Great Britain. A Paralympic record in the F43 classification as well from Akeem Stewart. Mr. Patrick Jarvis officiating again. So for Great Britain, Dan Greaves, 33 years of age, the man from Leicester, only contesting the discus here, but he has found the podium again after winning in Athens. He was then the bronze medalist in Beijing. That was following his second in Sydney as well. His history in this sport goes all the way back, and then the silver medal in London. So on the podium in the last 5 Paralympics, Dan Greaves in this discipline. And here is from Trinidad and Tobago, Akeem Stewart. And what a good haul, with a gold medal in the javelin and now a silver medal in the discus from the 24-year-old. Bronze medalist at the World Championships last year with 59.13. He's been able to surpass that, 61.72, and a Paralympic record for his classification in the F43. So a real achievement here for Akeem Stewart. And having a good night in the field, the USA. David Blair, 40 years of age, world record at his third attempt, 64.11. And after being second in the discus in Doha with 60.46, he's blown that out of the water. And another gold for the United States, and that could even surpass Great Britain now in the track and field standings. To my reckoning, that'll be 15 gold. So very shortly, as David Blair is triumphant, the national anthem, Star Spangled Banner once again. So more glory for USA at the Paralympics track and field program. Gold to David Blair, silver to Akeem Stewart, a world record and a Paralympic record going there. And Dan Greaves in the bronze position. So haven't we had the place rocking tonight with the big start of Terezinha Wilhelmina starting proceedings off. And then we've seen plenty of action. The men's 400 metres T11 had the locals cheering as well, with a couple of Brazilian entrants in that. We had Hannah Cockcroft, so brilliant in the women's 800 metres. And then that extraordinary high jump. Now, women's shot put, F33 category. This was a gold to Algeria. Ashman Bujada, 36 years of age. And her throw of 5 meters 72 was the best of the competition. And in the end, winning by 33 centimeters from Sarah Hamdi Massoud from Qatar, 5:39, and Sarah El Sanani from the United Arab Emirates with a throw of 5 meters 09, which got the bronze by a centimeter over Bridie Moore from Australia. Now the officials about to be introduced as the athletes make the victory podium. .23 years of age, finished 7th in the discus at the Asian Championships. This has been a real triumph for her. Sarah El Sanani, the bronze medalist. In Qatar, Sarah Hamdi Massoud, her lifetime best was 5:08. She smashes it 5:39. And there is a happy silver medalist. And our winner, delight for Esbahan Boujada from Algeria. 5:72 regional record. Paralympic champion. Also is a student back home in Algeria. Born and resides in Constantine. And it's now time for the anthem once again for Algeria. They're having a good night.
Algeria, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, the 1, 2, 3. Middle East, North Africa region do tend to excel in this kind of thing. Very strong in the throwing events. That was F33, it was seated throwing, coordination impairment. Room for the coaches to get involved as well. Let's run through the final of the men's discus, F44, which is the leg amputee category. Quality field in this, including Dan Greaves, the reigning European and Commonwealth Games champion. 4 times global champion in this, twice, 3 times actually the world's and Paralympic champion back in 2004. You can see that line for the Paralympic record. A brilliant effort by Greaves, 59.57. Hakeem Stewart, who won the javelin here, had thrown a Paralympic record. Man who won gold in the discus and the javelin at the Pan Ams, and he sent this one out even further than that 61.70. 61.72. Now that a record for F43. It was the only 43 in this 44 final. The old Paralympic record dating back to 1988 for Ireland's Rowan Tynan. But that's out of the record books now, thanks to Stewart, who's the world record holder as well with a 63.03. 61.72, the new Paralympic record. He was going for gold, though. And that won by David Blair. So his first round, 58.65. Second round, a no throw. His third beyond the world record line. His world record set in May this year, 63.61. That going all the way out to 64 meters 11. Gold then for the United States in this men's discus throw F44. And a new world record. It's the Blair Win Project. 64.11 for Blair. Stewart, the silver for Trinidad and Tobago. And Dan Greaves, the bronze for Great Britain. Men's shot put, F36. And again, this is a standing coordination impairment event.
And this was an excellent competition where Sebastian Dietz from Germany came in as the favourite. Coming in as the defending Paralympic champion and world champion. This is Li from China, 19 years of age. Only competing in the shot put here, but was the bronze medalist at the World Championships. His first attempt 13.69 and had thrown 13.82 as well. As the clock ticked down, using plenty of the time allotted. On its way, and the old Paralympic record of 13.03 set by Petrowski from Beijing was well and truly being fired at here in this competition, and Li finding himself in bronze medal place. Going to get some extra advice from the coach. But 14.02 at his third attempt was the best throw. We know he could throw half a metre better, but he wasn't able to do that and stayed in bronze medal position. Now, this is the silver medalist, Mikola Dobrova from the Ukraine. Just over 13 metres, his lifetime best. Fifth in this event in Doha, but this was a real breakthrough event for him. The 20-year-old, further maturity, really sending it out this time. His personal best coming in was 1 centimetre better than the Paralympic record set in Beijing. And look at that, it's flirting with the world record out there. And that was 14 metres 26 at only his first attempt. Came in fresh and threw a belter. 14.26, personal best in the F36 classification, and a silver medal for the Ukraine. Now, defending Paralympic champion and world champion, Sebastian Dietz. Also, the discus winner in Lyon in 2013, sending it on its way. And that's right out there as well. This was his fifth attempt after 14.80 and his third attempt. Paralympic record 14.84. And that is 0.5 off the world mark that was set by Vladimir Sferodov in Grosseto in Italy. And Sebastian Dietz does the job. 14.84 and a gold for Germany. Their sixth gold in track and field here at Rio 2016. Germany, Ukraine, China, men's shot put F36. Now women's shot put F33. Now coming into this event, we had Bridie Moore from Australia, who was second at the World Championships in Doha, fourth in the 2010 Commonwealth Games. We had Anthi Liakou from Greece, who always have very good athletes in the field events, third in the World Championships. Masood from Qatar finished fifth at the World Championships. Now, the bronze medalist, this Sarah El Sanani from the United Arab Emirates. 4:56, her lifetime best, and getting over that mark. That throw you just saw was Jahangiri from Iran, 4:57. That held her in sixth position. This is Anthi Liakou from Greece, 31 years of age. First attempt was a red flag, 4:69 second attempt, and that was the best that she could produce. So Greece sitting in fifth position there. And this is Bridie Moore from Australia, 4:87 her first attempt. Finished fifth in this event in Beijing and sixth in London. Also competes in discus. And that throw at her second attempt, 5.08 in contention for a bronze medal, but only to be pipped at the post by 1 centimetre. Sarah El Sanani from the United Arab Emirates, 23 years of age. 4:61 first round, second round an illegal throw, but the third round, look at that, near the 5 metre line. She's never got near that in international competition. And over it went for 5:09 after going close in her third round of 4:99. 5:09 personal best, bronze medal. Here's Sarah Masood from Qatar, 30 years of age. Fifth in this event, the World Championships, which were staged in Qatar, and that's right out there past the mark of El Sanani. This was her opening attempt at 5.39 meters. She was unable to surpass that, so a silver medal for the 30-year-old from Qatar. And here is Ashman Bajada from Algeria. Personal best 5:68, 5:54 first round, illegal throw second round, 5:72, getting it right out there. Third round, and even got underneath 5 in her fifth round. So this was clearly the best throw that you just saw. And that means she was the winner, 5:72, gold medal to Ashman Bajada from Algeria, following on from Samir Nawia, who won on the track for that country in the 1,500 metres earlier in the night in the T46s. In the end, it was Bajada, Masood, Sanani, Moore, Liakou, the order, and the women's shot put F33.
Well, let's take a look now at the men's high jump, T47 arm amputee category. High standards in this. He spent a few years out of athletics, but Aaron Chapman is back now, the Australian from Innisfail in Queensland. Silver in Beijing back in 2008. It's an interesting situation that he'd found himself in. He was in a share for the bronze medal up to this point with Angkhan Chanaboon of Thailand. Cleared it outright to deny Chanboon a share of the bronze. Went on to 2:02 to try and push even higher and maybe get a silver, but missed out. Likewise, Chen Hongji needing to clear 199 to get himself the silver medal. He'd one less failure than Chapman. And it got over that 199 mark, but like the Australian, was denied at 202. Now compare those figures to those of Roderick Townsend Roberts. He only came into the competition at 199. Cleared that, 202, 205, and then 209 for a new Paralympic record. He'd have 3 subsequent goes at 2 meters 13 for a world record. He missed out on that, but never mind. He holds the world record anyway. Paralympic record his as well, and he is the Paralympic champion. And off he would go on his lap of honor. Very enjoyable competition. It kept the crowd enthused. Townsend Roberts the gold, 209 for the United States. Chen Hongji, the silver for China, 199, the same height as Aaron Chapman of Australia with the bronze. Well, Roderick kept things up and lively for the remainder of the night, and we have 1 day's action to go in the athletics at Rio 2016. Until then, farewell.